Is attacking Iran really easy? Or is it a trap where even the world's strongest powers could get stuck? Friends, when we think about global superpowers, a certain image instantly forms in our minds. Advanced weapons, highly trained armies, cutting-edge technology, and a confidence that echoes in every decision they make. That's exactly why many people ask a seemingly simple question. If the United States and Israel are so powerful, why don't they just enter Iran and defeat it directly? On the surface, it sounds straightforward. But beneath that question lies a reality that is far more complex, deeper, and dangerously unpredictable. To truly understand Iran, it's not enough to look at its military strength alone. You have to understand the land it stands on. This is a country that has, for centuries, tested every force that dared to enter it. It is not just a battlefield between armies. It is a confrontation between human ambition and the raw power of nature itself. Iran's geography acts like a silent enemy, one that cannot be seen, yet steadily drains, exhausts, and weakens any invading force over time. The moment any army moves toward Iran, it faces its first and most formidable barrier. Mountains that rise like unbreakable walls. The Zagros and Alborz ranges are not just collections of rock. They are natural fortresses. Hidden pathways, narrow passes, and elevated positions give defenders a massive strategic advantage. An invading army doesn't just have to cross these mountains. It must do so under constant threat. Every step becomes uncertain. Every movement becomes slower. Supply lines stretch thin, and control begins to slip. Momentum fades, and with it, confidence. And even if a force somehow manages to cross these mountains, the real test is only beginning. Iran's vast deserts present another silent but deadly challenge. These are lands where water is scarce, shelter is rare, and survival itself becomes a daily struggle. The heat is relentless, the air is dry, and the distances are punishing. In such conditions, water becomes more valuable than ammunition, and every step forward feels heavier than the last. Fatigue builds, not just in the body, but in the mind. But Iran's strength is not just in its terrain. It lies in how deeply its defense strategy is rooted in that terrain. Its military, its paramilitary forces, and its trained fighters understand this land in ways an outsider never could. They know where to hide, where to strike, and how to turn the environment into a weapon. This would not be a conventional war with clear front lines. It would be a conflict where every mountain, every street, and every shadow could become a threat. Then comes the human element, something no technology can fully overpower. Wars are not won by weapons alone. They are driven by willpower. There is a deep connection between the people of Iran and their land. A sense of identity, pride, and belonging that fuels resilience. When people fight for their homes, their future, and their survival, they transform into something far stronger than just soldiers. They become a force that is incredibly difficult to break. Modern warfare has also evolved far beyond the battlefield. Today, conflicts ripple through economies, politics, and global stability. A direct war with Iran wouldn't stay contained within its borders. It could shake the entire world. Oil prices could surge, global trade could be disrupted, and regional stability could collapse. What begins as a military decision can quickly spiral into a global crisis. There is another critical reality that cannot be ignored. Conquering a country and controlling it are two completely different challenges. Even if an army manages to enter parts of Iran, can it truly control the entire nation? Can it maintain order across its cities, mountains, and remote regions? History repeatedly shows that what seems achievable at first often turns into a long and exhausting struggle. Winning territory is one thing. Holding it is something else entirely. Then there's the psychological toll. Long wars don't just drain physical strength. They erode mental endurance. Soldiers fighting for months or years in unfamiliar terrain begin to lose focus, energy, and morale. Over time, even the most powerful forces can weaken. This is where the balance of war begins to shift, quietly but decisively. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, it becomes clear that a direct ground war against Iran is not just a military gamble. It's a multi-dimensional risk. Every step forward carries uncertainty. Every move opens the door to new challenges. Every moment increases the stakes. All of this leads to a fundamental truth. Power is not just about weapons. It's about wisdom. Sometimes the greatest strength lies in choosing not to start a war at all, because there are conflicts that are not fought to be won, but ones that can consume those who enter them. Iran represents that kind of scenario. A place where starting a war might be possible, but ending it could prove nearly impossible. Human history has taught this lesson again and again. Ignoring geography, nature, and human resolve comes at a heavy price. Iran is one of those rare places where all three combine to form an almost unbreakable barrier. Here, war is not just fought with guns and tanks. It is fought with patience, strategy, and endurance. And perhaps that is why the world's most powerful nations hesitate. Because they understand that there are some battlefields you can enter, but may never truly leave.